Iron Supporting Food Banks collects food and cash donations for needy families in Newham Borough and beyond. Please consider making a donation via their Just Giving page, the link for which you will find in the description section of this stream. Come on, you Irons!
West Ham are massive, everywhere we go! West Ham are massive, everywhere we go! Everywhere we go! West Ham are massive, everywhere we go! West Ham are massive, everywhere we go! Everywhere we go!
Good afternoon. Welcome back to the West Ham Massive. I've got a day's annual leave, so I thought I'd do the match preview today. Why not? If you're new around here, please don't forget to hit subscribe and help to grow the channel. Really would appreciate that. And whether you're new or old around here, please don't forget to drop a like on this particular stream. Again, it helps to grow the channel and get this content out to places it might not otherwise have got to thus far. Thanks for that, and it doesn't cost you a penny, please be assured. So before I get into what we're actually here to discuss today, which is obviously to preview the game away to Bournemouth, one thing I just wanted to sort of touch on was obviously between our last broadcast, which was the preview for the Wolverhampton Wanderers game. I didn't do a review, I was just too busy flat out work, but there was obviously the news, the very tragic news of the passing of the 15-year-old academy goalkeeper, Oscar Fares. He had a rare type of brain tumour that he'd got diagnosed with in August of 2023. He'd been undergoing treatment for approximately the last 8 months, and unfortunately, it's obviously sort of finished with his very untimely passing. So just wanted to say, you know, from the West Ham Massive, from myself, from basically the entire West Ham fan community and footballing community, I mean, just my heart goes out to his family, his nearest and dearest. It's an absolutely tragic outcome. And yeah, may he rest in peace. Okay, so let's crack on. So we're gonna do the usual presentation. I've got the little ticker going at the bottom, and that will change intermittently with various bits of information pertaining to the match that takes place tonight at, I don't know whether you want to call it Dean Court or the Vitality. I'm a little bit old school. I'll call it Dean Court. If you want to call it the Vitality, which is what it is on that slide there, please feel free. But the ticker at the bottom will change intermittently with little bits of information that are pertinent to the fixture. And as you can see there, we've got the officials scrolling along. So let's start out the gate. Bournemouth, what are my thoughts on them? Well, as a club, let's be quite honest, they really shouldn't be in the Premier League. And I don't mean to be condescending or patronising when I say that. In that, they are a team, bit like Luton last season, you know, the stadium size, you look at the capacity, you look at the money that they can generate through ticket sales and all of those things. Realistically, they shouldn't be in the Premier League. They shouldn't. And yet, they have been for quite a number of years now. Now, they had a season where they dropped out of the Premier League, but for basically, the last 8 years, all but a season, there or thereabouts, they have been a Premier League team. And it's quite incredible. And they've managed to do it by playing some really, really attractive football in the main. Obviously, when they first got promoted all those years ago, what was it? 2014-15 season, I think it was, they got promoted. Their first season was 2015-16. Last season at the Boulin, they came up under Eddie Howe. They played some really open, expansive football. Everybody thought they were going to be too open. They were not going to have enough firepower to stay the course. They stayed up. They stayed up for many years besides. And obviously they did have a season where they dropped down into the Championship, came straight back up. Scott Parker was at the helm there. He didn't last too long. They got rid of him. Gary O'Neill comes in. Obviously, he then went on to Wolves, and eventually Andoni Iraola, who is the current manager of Bournemouth, who is a Basque, same as Julen Lopetegui. They both got that in common. Is now their manager, and he's really sort of come into Premier League football. He's taken to it by the looks of things like a duck to water, if we're being honest about it. He's got them playing some good, attractive football, which I think Bournemouth have now become synonymous for, and are really punching above their weight. And this is he's a manager that is very, very sought after, and I think a lot of people look at him and would like to see him as the manager of West Ham United. Yeah, so that's pretty much my thoughts. You know, that they've been punching above their weights. They've been defying the odds. You know, this is a team that really, like I say, should not be a Premier League team, and is. And good luck to them. More power to them. But yeah, we obviously go there, and whatever admiration I have, whatever admiration any of you guys might have for them and their achievements as a football club, has to be put to one side. We need 3 points. We need 3 points. Nothing less will do for me. So that's my thoughts on Bournemouth as a football club. They don't really have any star players, I don't think. I mean, they've got some players that have done well for them this season. I'm going to name them. We've got Marcus Tavernier. You've got Justin Kluivert, the son of Patrick Kluivert. You know, Sinistera. They've got a number of players that I look at and think. Evan Nilsson came in the summer to replace Dominic Solanke. No experience for Premier League football. He's come in. He's taken a couple of games to get acclimatized, and he's come in and he's done really well. Done really, really well. And I don't think they've got any star players, really. I sort of look at them and I think that they're just sort of like a team that's been really well crafted by the manager and the hierarchy at that club, in that they will, unlike possibly us, they'll put square pegs into square holes and round holes into, or round pegs into round holes. Mate, there's a thought. But yeah, I mean, I don't know whether they've really got any star players, but as I say, I've mentioned Evan Nilsson, I've mentioned Kluivert. They're probably their star players this season, but I don't think, I'm not sure that there's too many players that I'd swap with what we've got, which is a really strange thing to say given our respective positions, which you can see they're 7th, we're 14th. But when you look at it, player for player, there's probably not many players that I'd sort of look at and go, I'd swap him for him, you know what I mean? But yet they're significantly doing better than us in the Premier League. And as I say, it's just, you know, I don't know. Is it as simple as saying it's the manager that we've got that is the problem? Maybe. I don't know. But there you go. Top scorer is Justin Kluivert with 5 goals. Evan Nilsson's got 4. So same as Jared Bowen. Now, who's going to be the West Ham player that's going to be the one that's going to unlock the door? I mean, we had Jared Bowen obviously started up top in the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers. I prefer him playing off of the right. I do. I don't get me wrong. I know Jared could do a job up there. I really do. But I just think that he's not quite as effective playing through the middle as he is when he comes off the right. And I've been saying for a little while that, well, you know, we're putting in Kudus on the left or this, that, and the other, just playing through the middle. Just playing through the middle. Let's see what happens. I mean, would have been quite nice to have seen Fulkrug get a start against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Obviously, he came off the bench, got a 12-15 minute cameo against Leicester the week before, got the goal. I was hoping to see him playing up front, having the number 9 shirt. Well, not the number 9 shirt, but you get playing in the striker's position against Wolves. Didn't happen. Didn't even come off of the bench. And then obviously there's whispers that he and Lopetegui have had a little bit of a falling out. I don't know whether that's any credence to those rumours. But I think I'd like to see, if we're not going to play Fulkrug, if maybe Fulkrug's not fit to start, I don't know. Play Kudus as the striker. Play Kudus as a striker. You'll see it in a minute. I've got a slide coming up which has got my 11 I'd go with, and I'll explain my reasons. There's one controversial pick. There's one that's a little bit out of left field. and it won't happen. I know it won't happen. When you see it, you'll probably spit your tea out or whatever, or choke on your sandwich that you're having at lunchtime now. But I just sort of go, why not? This, I've been saying it for ages. We need to get some youth and some energy in that first 11. We haven't had it for many years. We proclaim ourselves as the Academy of Football, and I don't see that we've really done an awful lot to live up to that tag for quite some considerable time. So there's someone that I've got in my 11, which is coming up in the next slide, I believe, which will cause a little bit of conversation, and there will be some people that will say, I wouldn't, and that's fine. I'm just sort of looking at this as a fixture and thinking, do you know what? If not now, then when? And it actually involves the player that you're seeing there. Well, but he's actually not playing, Emerson. Now, it will probably be that Aaron Wan-Bissaka will be shifted across to left back, and it will be Coufal that comes in playing at right back, which strikes me as a little bit of a concern, because I think that the last couple of games that I've seen Coufal play at right back, he's looked, the opposition left winger is just sort of like rubbed their hands when they've seen him, because they just like, mate, I can have so much fun with you. So I sort of sit there and I go, well, maybe just keep Wan-Bissaka on the right, and instead of shifting him across to the left, how about we bring in someone that has played at left back before, very sparingly. And I know that this is a player in the youth team, and he's now morphing. They're trying to get him as playing in a slightly more central, a slightly more midfield role. And you've probably worked out already before the slide comes up of the player that I'm referring to. But I would be quite tempted that instead of putting Wan-Bissaka at left back, maybe putting Oliver Scholes there. Now, I don't believe this will happen. Like, let me just get this out. Do I think that this will be the team that Lopetegui will pick? No. This is just my little musings, my little sort of thoughts, my little grey matter. Fabianski in goal, Scholes at left back, Kilman and Todibo at centre back, Wan-Bissaka at right back, Souček and Alvarez sitting in front of the back four, Soler playing as the playmaker, Somerville left, Bowen right, Kudus as the central striker. I don't believe we'll see this. I really don't. But I just thought to myself, as I say, the obvious thing to do with Emerson being out suspended would be to shift Wan-Bissaka across to the left, put Coufal on the right. That's the obvious thing. And that's probably what will happen. And I'm just sitting here thinking, is there another way? And yeah, okay, another way of dealing with it would be to put Aaron Cresswell in at left back. But again, Aaron Cresswell's a player that has obviously, he's been a great servant to the club, and I'm not saying he hasn't, but we need to look to the future, don't we? We proclaim ourselves to be the Academy of Football. Is this not an opportunity for a young, up-and-coming player? Why not? Why not? Like I say, it's, do I think that that if the roles were reversed, if this was Andoni Iraola and he had someone that was playing in the youth team that was quite promising, that could, in this exact situation, the roles reversed, do I think that Andoni Iraola would be brave enough to do it? Yeah, I do. Do I think Julian Lopetegui will? No. As I say, that's my 11. I don't suspect it's what we'll see. Score prediction time, ladies and gentlemen, and I will get to your comments in a minute. Score prediction time. Oh dear. Well, we need a win. I mean, it's funny because actually, whether we win or whether we lose, we actually don't move positionally in the Premier League table. Whether we win 5-0 or lose 5-0, we will remain in 14th place once the final whistle goes. But we do need the points. There's no doubt about it. So, Bournemouth, on the other hand, is a weird one, because if they beat us 3-0, which is not inconceivable, although when you look, as I say, we've actually got a really good record against Bournemouth. In the last 6, we've won 4 and drawn 2. So, but it's possible that Bournemouth could go ahead of Man City. If they beat us 3-0, they will go ahead of Pep Guardiola's men. They will push Pep's men into 6th place in the Premier League. Quite incredible. Number one, that City would be down to 6th. Number two, that it would be Bournemouth going past them and going into 5th place. That's our record there. Yeah, we got a really good recent record against them. Last 5, sorry. We've drawn 2 and won 3, excuse me. Whatever. But yeah, we need 3 points. I'd love to be able to say we're going to win 2-1 or 1-0 or anything. I'm just not sure we will. It's a small, compact ground. I mean, although it's only 11.5 capacity, it's a stadium that they'll be up for a bit of noise. There will be good atmosphere that will be created under the lights. I'm hoping that recent activities at the club, obviously with Mickey, with the news of Oscar Fairs, I'm hoping that these will be things that will galvanise the troops and not be a millstone around their neck. I'm hoping it will give them something to latch onto and a little bit of something to, let's make people proud. And I hope they do. What do I think the score prediction will be? I think they're going to beat us 2-1, quite honestly. I just do. I'm really sorry to say that. I think they will have too much for us on the night. I think they'll beat us. I think it will be a close game, potentially. I think maybe we could give them a bit of trouble, hopefully, and make it so that they're not sort of playing in third gear to get the 3 points. That'd be quite good. But do I see us beating them? I'm not quite convinced we do. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Nothing would give me greater pleasure than to do the next stream subsequent to this, having predicted we get beat 2-1 and that we actually managed to get a win ourselves. That would be quite nice. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's have a little look at some of your comments to say. I've just been rabbiting on. Lee, hope you're well. Lopetegui, Sullivan and Brady all need to go pronto. Sullivan's wrecked West Ham, my opinion. You're not going to hear an argument from me, mate. You're not going to hear an argument at all. Gemma, hope you are well. Thanks for popping along. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Definitely. Really bad news that was. How you doing, boys? Peter, Adam, hope you well. Peter, you've brought through, you can surprise in the league if you run correctly. Yep, exactly that. Yep. Semenyo, he is another good player. Yep, I think I mentioned him. I might not have done. Star players aren't just ones who cost silly money. Yeah, exactly. They don't really have any, like I say, star players. You know what I mean? I think we've got more star players, but whether they've lived up to that billing's another matter. Yeah, I prefer him. I prefer him on the right, mate, than through the middle. Don't get me wrong. I think he can do a job there. And yes, I'd give it a go. It won't happen. I know that, but I'd give it a go. What's the harm in it? We are the academy that no longer gives youth a chance. Yeah, that's really a sad. Might as well just get rid of that thing on the side of the pitch at London Stadium, in my opinion. I've thought that for quite some time. Colin, hope you're well. And Colin says he reckons that Loppy's going to go with Fabianski, Wan-Bissaka, Mavropanos, Kilman, Cresswell, Paqueta, Souček, Soler, Sullivan left wing, Bowen, Kudus right wing. I think that's meant to. I think that's the predicted text. Sorry, I get it. It just threw me because it said Sullivan. I'm thinking, what? Hang on, was he going to play his son? No, I think that's meant to be Somerville. That's fine, no problem. Could well be, mate. Could well be. Scarl's been playing mid. Yes, he has. I know he's been trying to sort of play him there, but he can play at left back, so why not? He'd give him an opportunity. I don't think he'd turn it down, that's for sure. Indeed. Kent saying he reckons it'll be a Desmond. Easy 3-0 with the Cherry, says Peter. Adam says we'll lose 2-0. Fantastic. I hope you're wrong as well. I'm the same as you, though. If we score first, we win, says Ken. Interesting. And I think you'll be making... You've probably already started the trip. Caduce would be licking his lips if he plays as a striker. Soler will be doing the through balls he's been doing lately. Yeah, let's give it a go. What's the problem? I keep the faith. It is sometimes difficult, William. I have to be honest. I mean, as I say, I don't think we're going to win tonight, and I hope I'm wrong. I don't get everything right, that's for sure. If West Ham win, we don't move up the league, but we remain within 1 point of United. Yeah, as I say, we don't alter position if we win, lose, or draw. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever. It's just the way that it is at the minute. But we need to win. It's as simple as that. David, hope you're well. Good call regarding Scholes. His delivery into the box is wicked. Cresswell's likely to get sent off again, given his lack of pace. Yeah, they'd tear him to shreds, mate. They would tear him to shreds. 3-1 at the Cherry, says Riddle Boy 190. David says, my head says 3-0. Heart says we nick it 0-1. Colin says his lineup would be Fab, Wan-Bissaka, Todibo, Kilman, Alvarez, sweeper, Somerville left wing, Paqueta, Soler, Bowen right wing, Caduce, Guilherme. Is he still at the club? Everybody's forgotten he's there. I've been told Lopetegui's here for the rest of the year. Come January, it will change. Well, oh, interesting. I hope J-Lo goes for a 3-4-2-1 formation. I don't think he's going to fundamentally change it. I really don't. We really did get the wrong J-Lo. Yeah. Scholes has played left under Moyes twice, I think, in Europa. That is correct. Yeah, he played for... Oh, where was it? It was away to Dinamo Zagreb, wasn't it? He played on the left. Had a really good game. Kilman, Todibo, Mavropanos at the back. Back three. Okay. Drop Alvarez and have Soler and Souček in the middle. I wouldn't play wing backs, but more progressive wide men. We have to go gung-ho and let our defence sit back. No worries. Steve, hope you're well. Says, all I can say about tonight, and the only hope I've got, is that I expect to get hammered by Newcastle. I have about as much expectation for tonight. And hopefully you're wrong. So, yep. I'll work that out, mate. I was just a little bit thrown when I saw Sullivan's name there. I'm like, hang on, what's going on here? Is he sort of like he's put his son into the youth team or something? And it wouldn't have shocked me actually. I must have missed that memo, but anyway, right. I am going to get rid of that. So I am going to. Oh, hang on. What's this? Maybe we should ask AI. Do you have ChatGPT? I do actually. Although I'm not. I know obviously Gonzo's done this a few times on Hammer's chat. Hang on. Right, here we go. ChatGPT. Here we go. Right. Okay. It's just loading up now. I don't know. I've never really used this, so I don't know. If you got a question you want to ask it, come on. There's 23 of you watching. If you've got a question that you want to ask ChatGPT, and I'll tell you what. Hold on. Allow ChatGPT to record audio. Okay, while using the app, not a problem. Right. Who will win in the match tonight between Bournemouth and West Ham? Hang on. So it's thinking about it. Something's coming up. Hold on. My one doesn't sort of go, hang on. Why is mine not playing? It's just wrote this long thing out. Hang on.
Oh, happy holidays. I've been going over my nice list, and you're just the person I want to talk to.
That was not what I was looking for. Right, okay. I mean, that's what it's come up with, but mine, for some reason, Is there a setting you have to do to make it speak out like what Gonzo gets? I don't understand this. This was a bad idea. This was a bad idea. Hold it up to your mic. Well, as I say, I've just tried it. I've just tried it. I don't know if this it's Chat GPT, but I don't know how do you get it to speak? So I don't know. I'm not going to do Zippy. No Zippy. He's on a naughty step. How do you get this thing to play? Oh, hang on.
Tonight's Premier League match between Bournemouth and West Ham at Vitality Stadium is expected to be closely contested. Bournemouth, currently 7th in the table, has been in strong form with 3 consecutive wins, including impressive victories over Tottenham and Wolverhampton. They have been particularly dominant at home, winning 67% of their recent matches, their 6-source, 7-source, 8-source. West Ham, on the other hand, sits 14th and has struggled away from home, losing 67% of their last 6 away games. While they did secure a recent win against Wolves, they face setbacks with key players like Michail Antonio unavailable and Emerson Palmieri suspended. 6-7 source, 8 source. The odds favor Bournemouth, with predictions leaning toward a 2-1 victory for the home team. Both teams have been involved in high-scoring games recently, so goals from both sides are likely 7 source, 8 source.
There you go. You've heard it from the horse's mouth. I don't know. Is there any other questions that I should ask it? I'm really, really worried. But and also, one thing I did notice is that this didn't have quite such a sort of like a nice female tone as the one that Gonzo does. Hang on. How do I can I get it to, mind you, do I want another woman in my life sort of giving me a load of grief? I've already got 2 in the household. Do I want to sort of like get another one sort of giving me a load of old ear roll? So never mind. Right, okay. Right. Very good question. Okay. Well done. Hold on. Hang on. How do you scrub this? Hold on. See, me and technology, mate, it don't really work. Right. So how do you right, delete. There we go. Right. Delete. Right, let's start again. Oh, bugger off. No, not you. It's bloody Santa again. Get lost. Right, okay, let's try again. No, sod off. I keep getting Santa. What does he keep? But you got things to do, Santa. You should be, getting the sleigh ready and all that crap. You know what I mean? So, right, okay. Okay. Is this good? Oh, piss off! What is going on? No, get lost. Right, okay. Who's going to be the next West Ham man? This was a bad idea, wasn't it? This was a bad idea. Right. Who's going to be the next West Ham manager?
My dear friend, as Santa, I don't have any knowledge of the future or sports news, but I can tell you that whoever it is, I'm sure they'll bring joy to West Ham fans everywhere.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Remember, the season is all about spreading cheer and kindness.
Any other questions you want to ask him?
I'd love to know.
No, Santa. Not you, mate. Not you.
No worries at all. If you have any holiday questions or anything you'd like to chat about, I'm here to help.
He's a bit nosy, isn't he? He's a bit right. Okay. Adam's asking if he'll get his wooden train set this year.
sounds like a wonderful gift. If Adam has been on the nice list this year, I'll make sure the elves put in a good word for him. Ho, ho, ho.
I'm going to come back out of that. I'm a little bit sort of wondering what the hell's going on. This was probably a bad idea. Hang on. Right. So, what can I help with? Let's try. Who will be the next West? Keeps coming up with Father Christmas. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I agree. It is. It's like a slightly sort of budget Brian Blessed, isn't it? So I don't know. I'm gonna knock it on the head there. I'm gonna disappear. I've got a little bit distracted. I wanted to disappear and do other things. So if I can figure out how this bloody thing works and turn the Santa version off, it's probably sort of mildly amusing for about 30 seconds if you've got children around that are under the age of 5. His girlfriend's ass yet. Yeah, God knows, mate. He's yeah, well, I can't obviously say too much. So anyway, I'm gonna disappear. So as I say, if you're new round here, please do subscribe to the channel. And if you aren't new, or whether you are new or not, don't forget to drop a like on the stream. It does help the channel out tremendously. I'll see you next time. Come on, you irons. Hopefully I'm wrong. And hopefully we get the 3 points tonight, but we shall see. Don't forget to give your support as well to the Iron Supporting Food Banks charity, especially at this time of year, guys. Take care.
Iron Supporting Food Banks collects food and cash donations for needy families in Newham Borough and beyond. Please consider making a donation via their Just Giving page, the link for which you will find in the description section of this stream. Come on, you irons.
West Ham are massive.